This will get you into the energy of the relationship that you deserve. And the best possible match for you will respond to this. So today we're going to talk all about how movement is created and what you will experience and what you need to do when manifesting a new SP. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We are delving into manifesting a new person. So this is actually a requested topic, which I'm really glad to hear, because I don't want to over focus and hyper focus on everything to do with just one specific person, because I think sometimes it can close your mind off to what could be better for you, more positive and healthy. Sometimes it's easy because of emotions to really focus on only one person and really think, because of your feelings and your history and putting in a lot of effort, that you have to only focus on this one person. But sometimes for some people it might actually be better, and my personal opinion, to be open to whatever's the best, whatever amazing experience and relationship can come in. So if you're manifesting a new person, or you just want to manifest the end result, marriage, a relationship, whatever it may be, and you don't have a specific person in mind, this is the perfect video for you. So right before jumping into the content, as always on screen, all my extra info, everything is linked in the description box as well, and you can become a member. So by the time you're watching this, I probably will have already submitted the Q&A questions, but you might still have a chance if you sign up now before the end of 2025 to submit your manifesting questions and have your questions answered by me in an exclusive video just for members. It's all for $8.99 a month, lots of extra bonus material. So take a look if you're interested, and now let's get into the video. Everything has already been created into existence. So everything, every possibility, every quantum realm you could possibly imagine, any kind of outcome, meeting a guy or a girl who looks or acts a certain way, certain qualities and traits you want, but maybe, you'd be open to this kind of person or that kind of person or this kind of relationship. All of those potential outcomes already exist. So everything has already been created. You are not pulling something out of thin air or using magic. That's not what's happening. You're connecting to a reality and a possible outcome that is already a possibility for you to experience. One specific technique and mindset focus, you could say, that really, really helps, especially when you're manifesting someone new, you're just opening yourself up to whatever life can bring, is focusing on self-concept. And that's really going to help you develop this mindset and assumptions and value of yourself, where you know what you deserve, you know your own worth, and you're not going to accept breadcrumbs. You're not going to settle or compromise because you think you're not worthy or able to have a certain relationship or outcome. You're going to know what you deserve and what you're getting out of this relationship, what you bring, who you are as a person. It's just going to strengthen your sense of security, confidence, not needing to rely on validation or waiting for someone else to tell you, these are these amazing qualities and give you words of affirmation to feel good about yourself. You start by feeling good about yourself. And I don't just mean in the emotional sense, because emotions on their own, of course, do not simply manifest, but being in a good emotional state helps. However, it's all about how you value yourself, the assumptions you're building up about yourself. So when a new person comes in, or you're dating, maybe you're using apps, or, just trying to stay open without obsessing over how it will come about, it's really important to stay kind of stable and balanced with your self-concept. So you'll know, I'm not just going to sit around and accept anything or panic and try and, manifest it on a really strict time crunch. You're going to be more relaxed and confident. So as I touched on in my introduction, I know for some people, perhaps not the people watching this video who are wanting to take on this approach, but I think it's important not to just be in a mindset of staying stuck on one exact outcome or one specific person, unless you're certain, perhaps you have some kind of positive history with them. There's, really strong personal intuitive reasons that you just feel that's your person, then that's completely fine. Everyone, has their own individual approach. But I think if you're using manifestation and you're open to just having a certain type of relationship, and it's because you want happiness and you just imagine a type of relationship, then it's better to be open to your SP or someone better, or just someone brand new, and see who comes in, and, trust everything. Trust yourself, trust God, trust the manifesting process, divine timing, all of that combined, just knowing it's all working in your favor. So for me personally, I think it's better not to be stuck on one exact person if it's causing you panic, or you're just kind of having tunnel vision and you wouldn't be open to anything else. And then when you really develop this trusting, open, excited, confident mindset, a really great quote from Neville Goddard that ties into this, that will help you work on this and evolve this kind of mindset, is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So a lot of people get stuck on just the feeling, the emotion, thinking Neville Goddard only talks about, you have to feel it real. Now, it's more a mental, internal embodiment. Yes, your emotions do, connect to that. And I'm sure, of course he had emotions in mind with his teachings and that statement in particular, but assuming the feeling internally. So internally imagining, experiencing it as if it's already here. A lot of mentally, visualizing the outcome and just really imagining. And obviously that means through your thoughts in your mind. You can't just feel happiness and that suddenly think, oh, because I feel happiness, that means, I'm manifesting my relationship. It's about connecting your mind with your emotions. That's the most powerful ultimate end state. But ultimately just visualizing, imagining, embodying it through your inner conversations, maybe through the literal practice of visualizing, or SATs, state akin to sleep. Whatever approach it is, even just affirmations are really, really powerful. Assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So just imagining and literally just, kind of thinking as if you're already in that end result. You've had the fulfillment of this relationship. You're in that relationship. You don't have to obviously be completely delulu and go about your life or lie, or, there is a distinction, and I'm sure you guys watching are all aware. But I want to clarify that in all my videos, so no one watching ever gets confused or thinks, what is she talking about? She told me to do this. No, it's about just mentally embodying it. So when you're at home, when you're in that state, when you're doing your routine and really embodying the mindset of, I'm already in that new reality, what would it be like to be in that wish fulfilled? So I personally really recommend and this is kind of more or less what I tell my clients as well, in terms of embodying the identity of the end result. Thinking, imagining as if you are you in that end result. That is the most powerful thing, especially when a specific person isn't involved and you're just open to whoever is best. Focusing on feeling loved, chosen, pursued, valued. Those are some really key powerful traits and feelings and states of mind that you can really embody and focus on. So you don't have to literally instantly, snap your fingers and you're there, you're feeling it, you're in the end result, you 100% believe it. I don't mean that, but trying to incite a state of mind. An emotional state can help as well, because your thoughts will be more positive, of being loved, of being chosen by this person, of being pursued and valued by this amazing person, who's just the best possible match for you. That is also what the people, and of course this person who will come into your life, and probably multiple choices. From my personal knowledge, what I've seen, it will very much be a wide range of people. Sometimes it might be one exact person. I've seen this from other people's success stories, that very much it can be just one person who comes in and you're like, wow, this is so perfect. I didn't even think this existed. Or it will be, you'll have a choice. A lot of people will start reflecting these traits, these behaviors, and these types of words and conversations to you. So people reflect back to you how you see yourself. So you have to focus on being the version of you who assumes you are that. So it's not just I love myself, even though that kind of statement, first person, focusing entirely on yourself is very positive. It will still bring in good results, but it's about how do other people see you, treat you? How do you view yourself? What is your assumption of what you accept and receive in life? Being chosen, pursued, valued. All these key phrases I've just mentioned there, those are really great points to focus on with your self-concept, with your inner conversations, reminding yourself, this is who I am. This is how people see me and treat me, especially in dating. So of course, the starting point, if you are kind of starting from scratch, I have also seen some cases where people have a specific person and for the right reasons, I believe they give up on that and they, are open to someone else or they meet someone new. But if you're starting from scratch, everyone at some point has this, decide what that relationship looks and feels like. Even if you're not starting from scratch, take the time to really focus on this. What is it exactly that you want? To mentally embody it, to visualize it, to really get very specific to your subconscious subconscious and say, this is what I'm creating, this is what I want. And, you know, just obviously as well understanding why you're manifesting what you're manifesting. And I think it's really, really powerful as well to create or allow visuals to come up in your mind. Try and lean into that, so to speak. So if a visual comes up while you're affirming, it's okay to get distracted. And, you know, you might even get distracted with like other statements or other visuals that suddenly come up. I've personally had that when I really get into that flow state. I get a lot of visuals coming up as if I'm in that end result. So I know it's working. And yeah, it's almost as if I'm already in that end result. I know my subconscious is getting saturated. So try and feed into that, lean into it. If you can, you know, not forcing it or making yourself, you know, say, I have to do 1 minute of visualizing every day. You don't have to, but try when you feel like it, you know, take some time to daydream as if you're in that end result. And if they come up, try and lean into that. Try and develop it and put more detail and say, yes, this is me in the end result. Those visuals can be really, really powerful. And if you're not really seeing a lot of movement, or maybe you're feeling a bit impatient and, you know, whether it's been a couple of days or a couple of weeks, you're not seeing visible movement, or you haven't yet, you know, potentially met someone, whatever the case may be, when you're reminded of that, just use an affirmation, whether it's your specific one right now, that's completely fine. It's up to you how you want to approach it. It's even better actually to use one that you're regularly looping anyway to saturate it even more. But you can just as easily and powerfully say something like, my ideal person is already here. My ideal relationship is already here. My person is already here. Whatever you connect with the most, reaffirm that and remind yourself, no, I'm okay. That's the 3D reality. That's the old story. That was 5 seconds ago. That was 5 minutes ago. Wasn't seeing movement. My person's already here now. So shifting yourself into that new story, taking yourself out of whatever the circumstances are or speed of visible movement is, it doesn't matter. You don't analyze it. You say, nope, I'm in the end result. Keep reminding your subconscious mind of what you're creating. Something that I personally like to do, what I genuinely recommend as a general rule for affirmations or whatever it may be, as I just said with that suggested affirmation, put yourself in the present tense as if it's already here, as if it's already come together. That's my best tip. So with affirmations, with visuals, with inner conversations, put yourself in the present tense. I think that also can speed up movement, because you're literally saying, this is what my reality and my relationship looks like right now. Another really kind of significant and very cool reason why your body is literally created to respond this way. So it's why we're supposed to think positively and be grateful and just kind of, yeah, focus on these positive mindset practices and thought patterns, is because when you feel it, when you really connect to that end result and, you know, allow or develop your emotions to connect to it as well and get into that really positive mindset, your body is literally going to release oxytocin. So I don't know the exact details of, you know, what level, you know, I can't get into the exact science of it, but I do know when you're feeling it, when your emotions are connected, those happy, positive emotions to that end result of imagining yourself really feeling as if you're in the end result, your body releases the chemical oxytocin. And that's what really connects you even more to that reality. Your mind and body, I guess it's kind of what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about as well, about mind and heart coherence. So it's literally your thoughts, your entire body, neural pathways, just everything is connecting you to that new reality. Develop and unfold as it's supposed to in the best way is to not focus on the when or the how. It's not your job to control it. As I said in the beginning of the video, you don't need to figure everything out, panic, be on a time crunch, try and have the answers to everything. That's not how it works. You don't need to do that. So it's just about focusing on you being in that end result, convincing yourself, not trying to figure out the when or the how, because that could slow down movement. You're keeping yourself in the current reality or a state of lack. And no matter what it looks like, trust me, movement is evolving, movement is developing. Usually I think it will be that you are the one who initiates something or gets inspired action. Just naturally, again, don't worry about trying to plan and figure it out. It doesn't matter. You just need to focus on that end result. But I believe inspired action, when you're open to anything coming in, is how this type of relationship will unfold. So the goal and main focus should be just to repeat the end result to yourself, repeat your affirmations, those manifestation practices to yourself until it's normalized. It needs to feel normal to your mind and your body. And that's, you know, when the external reality starts to conform and unfold even more, because your subconscious will no longer push back against it or see it as this crazy or impossible manifestation. So before we move on to the final section, I would pose a question to you guys just to think about for yourself. What would help or hinder your connection to the end result? When you hold a visual in your mind, which by the way can still be connected just to focusing on words, a script, a detailed affirmation, where you're really focusing on a specific outcome in that relationship, what the relationship looks like, whatever it may be. And by the way, you don't have to take this approach, but I'm giving examples of how it can be really powerful to the subconscious mind. With a visual in particular, however that's created in your mind, you are literally creating and connecting in a stronger way to that quantum frequency, your quantum frequency to the quantum reality where this relationship already exists is strengthening. That's the reality that you're bringing into your personal experience more and more. You're closer and closer to achieving that, because in the subconscious mind, holding a visual consciously as well, it all feels far more real, and that's what's shifting you into a more powerful quantum frequency. And whatever you assume, whatever assumption you hold true in your mind, it builds up over time. Your 3D reality has to bend to match that. So remember that everything is already in existence. The reality that you're choosing, you're simply selecting it. You're not bringing it out of thin air. It's already in existence. It's already a possibility for you, especially being open to whoever may be the best match. So I like to think of it as co-creating with God. It's already existing, and I'm being guided and supported on that journey for manifesting, and especially for you guys manifesting a new person. This is a really powerful approach. So overall, just remembering that it's in existence, it can be yours, it will be yours if you persist. So just focus on building up that assumption. I'm going to finish up here. This was a pretty long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, found it useful. If you did, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.